Shri Guruvyo Namaha. Let's go for a small recap that we discussed in the previous classes. Discussed about the father of economics, definition of economics, branches of economics, positive and normative economics, and then what is an economy. And then last we discussed about the central problems of an economy, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce the goods. In this we have seen about the what to produce and in what quantities. Here the economy has to decide what type of goods has to be produced for consumer goods or for the capital goods. And now we are going to see about how to produce the goods. Here how to produce the goods, here the problem is refers to the selection of technique used for producing the goods and services. Here the technique means the combination of inputs is used for producing the goods and techniques. Here the techniques can be classified into two categories. One is labor intensive technique and another one is capital intensive technique. Capital intensive technique means using of more machines and less labor, where more machines are used to producing the goods and services instead of using the labor. Where in case of capital intensive technology, more labor is used for producing the goods and services instead of using the machines. Why this technique has been made means this technique has been used in order to achieve the raising standard of people by providing the more employment opportunities. For example, in India we can say that labor intensive technique is preferred due to the abundance of labor, whereas the countries if you see means USA, England and that USA and England if you see means they will prefer mostly capital intensive technique because of shortage of labor and abundance of capitals. So the economy has to decide what type of technique has to be used for producing the goods and services. The next we are going to see for whom to produce the goods and services. Here the problem relates to the distribution of produced goods and services to the individuals in our economy. So the selection of category of people will be who will be ultimately who will consume the goods. That means whether to produce the goods for the more poor people or less rich people or more rich people or less poor people. Sir, the goods are produced for the people who are paying more capacity. That means the people who are having more income, that is the level of income is more, automatically leads to the people who buy the goods and services. That means the problem is concerned with the distribution of income among the factors of productions, that is the land, labor, capital and enterprises. Here the economy has to decide for whom to produce the for whom to produce goods and services. These are the three central problems where the economy is facing: what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce the goods and services. And next we are going to see about the opportunity cost and production possibility curve. So nextly, what is the meaning for an opportunity curve? Opportunity curve is nothing but it is the value of next best alternative for gun. The main thing in this opportunity curve is the best alternative foregone is the main thing. For example, if you see means if an individual is offered 3 jobs with a salary, job 1 with a salary of 10,000 rupees per month and job 2 8,000 rupees and job 3 6,000 rupees per month. So what type of a job he will select means mostly he will select a job which is giving more income, that is 10,000 by foregoing the next best, that is 8,000 and 6,000 per month. The job he is foregoing to availing this 10,000 rupees per month job. So that is called as an opportunity cost. The next we are going to see about marginal opportunity cost. Marginal opportunity cost is nothing but the number of units of a goods Y is sacrificed to produce an additional unit of an another good X. That means we are sacrificing the one unit to produce the another unit of goods. That is we are sacrificing the goods S to produce the one more unit of one good X. That is called as an marginal opportunity cost. Here the main thing indicates the sacrifice to produce an additional unit. So this additional sacrifice to produce an additional unit indicates a marginal opportunity cost. The next we are going to see about the production possibility curve. So it is a Production possibility curve, it is a diagram which shows a combination of two goods that is produced in economy by using the resources fully and efficiently. Now let's see what are the assumptions of an PPC. Here we already know that PPC, it is a combination of two goods. That means the economy is produced only the two goods, for example bread and guns. So here the second assumption if you see means for producing the bread and guns that there is no change in the technology. What technology they are using, with the technology they are producing the bread and guns. So whatever the resources are given, that resources are constant for producing the goods. So that resources are used efficiently for the further productions. But the resources what is given, it is not equally efficient for producing these two goods. So these are the assumptions of an PPC. Again I'll repeat it. The economy produces only the two goods, that is bread and the guns. So whatever the technology they are using, the same technology is using. There is no change in the technology. The resources whatever it is given, it is a constant and it is used efficiently. But in certain cases what happens when the resources what it is given, it is not effectively utilized for producing the two goods. That we can be understand with the scheduled diagram. That means here this tabular column shows the number of possibilities for producing the bread and the guns. The possibility if you see means 0 units of bread has been produced and 15 units of guns has been produced. In possibilities B, 1 unit of bread has been produced and 14 units of guns has been produced. In combination C, 2 units of bread is produced and 12 units of guns has been produced. So this combination goes till the point F, till the possibilities F. Now see in the possibilities curve diagram, this curve shows the possibility curve, that is production possibility curve. In this diagram you can see that the point A, point B and point C lies in the production possibility curve, because all the resources has been efficiently utilized with the better combinations. Where in case of point D and E, here the resources are not utilized properly because that inefficient combination is taken places. But in case of point F, if you see means it lies outside the PPF, that is here this F shows that it is an unattainable combinations. That why the point F is lies beyond the PPC curve. The next section will see about the marginal rate of transformation.